Hi, Karen Curry Parker here, coming to you live from my basement, where we are talking about the foundations of what you need to know to fully activate abundance in your life. Today I want to talk to you about unconscious motivations that often drive us when we make choices. I call these choice points, and these are actually very basic pieces that I've pulled out of the Healing by Human Design material. You know, there's no coincidence that I'm pulling this from the Healing by Human Design material, because truly, I think that when we talk about money and we talk about abundance, there isn't a place in our life that we don't feel more broken if it's not working, especially if you're trying really hard and you're doing everything right and it's just not clicking the way you want it to be clicking. Sometimes it's not because you're broken or stuck, it's because you don't understand the driving forces behind what you're choosing. A lot of times we are really spoon-fed this idea of what needs to happen for us to become fully abundant, and we think there's this sort of the singular path and this instruction manual that we follow, and poof, voila, we'll make everything work, we'll have the success, and we'll have the abundance. And the truth is, the purpose in life is not about creating success or money, okay? The purpose in life is about fully mastering yourself so that you can express the full potential of the magnificence of who you are. And if you're doing that, if you're out in the world fully being who you are and fully activating every aspect of who you are by nature going to be experiencing abundance, and creating and drawing things to you is going to be way easier than when you're out in the world being dragged down by a quagmire of unconscious motivations that are related to your energy that you don't understand, that are driving you to make choices that don't really allow you to completely activate your abundance. Let's keep it simple though, okay? So, in human design, there are 5 human design types. Each type has a different driver when they make a choice or a decision. So let's talk briefly about what drives each one of those types. And if you're, when you're going through this and you recognize your type, I want you to really go back and look at your big choices in life and really ask yourself, was this a driving force when I made this choice? And what perhaps could I have chosen differently that would be more in alignment with my energy type and also more in alignment with my energetic needs as that type? So let's talk first about the manifester. The manifester is a purely creative, powerful being. If you are a manifester, you are here to initiate and to initiate powerfully. You are not here to wait for something to show up. You're here to follow that own inner creative pulse. Okay? When a manifester is making a choice, because many manifestors don't understand how to activate that power inside of themselves, they are either making choices that are going to take them in the direction of their power, and that's the good way to go, right? That's the way that activates the abundance. Or, and this is what I commonly see, because they are not in tune with and don't understand the nature of their power, many manifestors are making choices that actually cause them to shut down or to hide their power, or they're making choices that put them in situations where they're gaining inappropriate power, meaning they're being so powerful that they're pushing people and opportunities away. So if you're a manifestor, part of what drives you when you're making your choices is you're asking yourself, consciously or unconsciously, is this choice going to fully activate my power in an appropriate, abundant, creating way? If you are a generator or a manifesting generator, the biggest part that's driving you is the theme of mastery. If you're a generator or a manifesting generator, you are here to be masterful, meaning you are here to find your right work, to commit to it, to do it over and over again, to try it, to experiment with it until you bring out the fullest expression of whatever that right work may be for you. The biggest challenge that we see with generators and manifesting generators is that they oftentimes will move into mastery. They'll find the right work or they'll find the right calling, but because they don't understand the nature of the creative process of the generator, which, by the way, if you're a generator or a manifesting generator, it is natural and normal for you to have cycles of frustration. That's really just the energy building. And when you're deeply frustrated, that's the universe telling you, get ready because an opportunity is about to show up. But what happens a lot of times when you're a generator, manifesting generators, when that opportunity doesn't show up, instead of waiting and holding true and honing your skills and really focusing on mastery as a theme, manifesting generators and generators tend to bail. They jump, they leap off the plateau and leave behind sort of this string of almosts, things that almost happened, opportunities that you started but you didn't quite wait and bring to fruition. So there's a certain patience and tenacity and an awareness of the nature of what it means to be masterful as a generator and a manifesting generator that needs to happen for you to really understand how to make a good choice and what drives you when you're making choices. Projectors have a really interesting choice point. For projectors to fully activate their abundance, the biggest thing that has to happen for them, and this is so tricky, but not really, it's really quite profound when you get it. Projectors are here to manage and guide not everybody, but the people who recognize this one piece about them. The people who recognize the value and the preciousness of who they are the people who ultimately will activate them with an invitation or with recognition. So if you're a projector, for you to make choices, and make good choices, abundant choices, you have to understand that the choices that you make have to be aligned with your preciousness. If you're not choosing in the direction of your preciousness, which by the way for a lot of projectors means this, it means saying no, which is hard because for the projector sometimes it feels like the opportunities don't show up that often. And if it's an opportunity, and just an opportunity, but not the right opportunity, sometimes projectors will take it anyway just because they're sick of waiting. or they don't recognize the preciousness of themselves. And so consequently, they're willing to take anything that comes along rather than taking the invitations and the initiations that are just right for them. Reflectors have a whole different series of choices, a whole different need for when it comes to making choices. For projectors, because they are a being who is here to reflect the energy of the community around them, they have an enormous amount of sensitivity and openness. The real trick for the projector when they're making a good choice is recognizing who they are. Meaning, if you're a reflector, even though you're taking in a ton of energy from the people around you, there's still you in there. And the challenge for the reflector is to give themselves the time necessary to really get clear about their own inner voice, their own direction, what's correct for them before they make a decision. And it really takes time because the reflector has to tease out all the other forces and energies that are influencing them before they can find that core place where they are expressing the truth of who they are. So the real choice point for the reflector becomes, who am I and what do I want? When they can hit that sweet spot after they've teased out all those other energies, then they become this dynamic, powerful force that absolutely can fully activate their abundance in every way. No one is designed to be broke. No one is designed to suffer. Everyone is designed to ultimately fulfill their divine potential. And life, when we interact with the flow of life in the way that is correct for us energetically, life will bring you exactly what you need to fully activate your abundance. But you've got to be clear about what's driving you. You've got to be clear about the forces that influence you. You've got to know who you are, and you've got to know exactly how to make the right choice in the way that's right for you and the way that's right for your energy.